Hello everyone, this is my official video for the Clack Fan templates. Also my take on the Clack Fan after I did my first Clack Fan a couple days ago. So I want to talk about some things that I did during my Clack Fan and also some little errors that I made also. So this is the Clack Fan template. If you look on the edit, if you look at my bio section on my YouTube channel, click on my picture and you will see like my digital product site. You can find this on my PayHip, and I think you can find this on my Etsy shop. So after you purchase your template, then you're going to bring it inside of Canva, because that's what I'm doing, this inside of Canva. So the original size of my template is like 25.13 inches, right? I'm going to stress this enough. Even though the template is 25.13 inches, you always want to make extra bleed room. So you're going to measure, always measure, even if somebody gives you the measurements of a template, always measure your product. Sometimes products can vary in sizes just by inch or so. So measure your templates, measure your products, and then readjust your template. So for an example, the actual Clack Fan is like 25.13 inches, right? So I went and I resized the template to 27.5 inches and 14 inches in height. Now you're probably wondering why did I do that? I did that because when I did my first sublimation print, this area right here did not get covered all the way. So that right there just lets me know that I needed a little more extra bleed room, okay? So like I said, this is the template. And so what you're going to do, so we're going to redo all of this all over again. So I basically, I'm put a blank page up here, right? And then you are going to come and you're going to import your template. So I'm getting ready to do my blank template. And as you can see, I'm going to positions and I am going to readjust this template 27.5 by 14 inches. So we're doing 27.5 and then I'm going to do 14 inches. Okay. Okay, so I did 27.5 by 14 inches for this template. So I'm going to click off of it and I'm going to click back on again. And then I'm just going to check the dimensions again. Okay, so yeah, like I said, this area right here gave me a little bit of trouble. So even if you want to just like stretch it out just a little bit. Okay, and then this down here, you know, you can if you want to, but you got to be very careful. Like just readjust it just a little bit. So so that's, you know, that's basically what I did. Then I came over here and then I imported my design. So I'm using this design up here, and this background, I created that background. So I am going to come over here, put my colors in. Okay, so this is my background. I made this background using the feature inside of Canva, okay? And it's called like, it's called the Magic Studio. I mean, not Magic Studio. It's the AI that Canva has that you could create your own. Dream Lab. I made this inside of Dream Lab. Excuse me. My sinuses is acting up because of the weather. So what I did, like I brought in my design, okay? So let me show you something real quick. So let me delete this. Uh-oh. I'm going to click on her and I'm going to delete that. So I'm going to bring in my image, right? I created her also inside of Dream Lab. So Dream Lab is an AI tool that allows you to generate images. You're allowed to use them, customize them, or whatever. And let me go back out. So I'm going to just take my computer mouse key and I am just going to go up, because that's the way you can prevent it from dropping and dragging inside of your design. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Magic Studio in the edit section, and I'm just going to crop her out. I'm going to grab her. So it's called Magic Grab. And then you're just going to click, like I want to click on her, and then I'm just going to grab her. Okay, so now I got my girl. So I'm just going to slightly put that to the left, delete this, delete the background. Oh, I went back too far. So let's just do it again. So I'm going to Magic Studio, and then I am going to hit Magic Grab. Grab her back out. Hit grab. Okay, so now I am going to click on the background to remove the background. I want to remove the background. Let me bring this down. Let me bring her down, and I'm going to remove the background. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to slightly with my computer key, not my mouse, because that prevents her from getting dragged back in. I'm going to go back up, and I'm going to insert her to where I need her to be. Okay. Okay. So now I want to take this harsh line out of here. So I am going to go to my apps inside of Canva, and I am going to get this tool called Image Blender. So I'm going to show you what that looks like real quick. Image Blender. Okay. And then I am going to blend this out. So now they have a new tool inside of Image Blender. They have the linear radial, the brushes, and they also have other features now. But they want you to be, they have, I guess they want you to subscribe to this privately in order to unlock these features. So I'm just using the 2 free versions that they give, and I am just going to use the radial version. That's the version I like the most. And then I am just going to hover over the area that I want to be seen the most. And you can turn up, if you think this is blended out too much, you can turn up the strength to bring back in some of her coloring. So I like it. I'm gonna hit save. And then that's it. So now what I'm getting ready to do, I am just going to simply go back in my elements, and I'm going to start adding my elements. So I like to use a lot of magical elements inside of Canva. So I'm just going to go to the elements panel, and I'm just going to add the elements that I do have in this design. So I love anything with like I said, the magical look. So I have a couple, I think I have this, and I'm just going to use my computer mouse key. If I don't have it, I do have it now. And I am going to bring in some little magic, some sparkles. Then I'm just going to slightly take my, slightly, just for it won't be on the edge of the white. And then I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to just use my key, my computer key, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. And then I am just going to, sometimes I like to flip the different direction, and I'm just going to slightly drag this down just so it can be inside of the template. I'm using my computer key to the up and down arrow keys. That's what I'm using when I say computer key, up and down arrow keys. Okay, so I got that where I want it. Now I'm about to bring in some little bedazzles. I call it bedazzles. Like I said, I love using all of these images. I mean, these little elements here like this. It's not too much, just enough to, you know, make your design, you know, pop out. So I'm bringing that there. I'm going to duplicate another one, right? And then I am going to take this over here. You see how I act like it want to drop inside of the design? So I am just going to gently use my arrow key. And I'm gonna go up. Now, what I like about Canva, it will let you know if it's even with the other side. So I'm just going to go up a little bit more, and then you will see like a pink line. So I just see my pink line. I'm going to slightly, just slightly do that. Then I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to just hit horizontal and flip that the other direction, okay? So now it's time for me to add my words or whatever I want in here. Also inside of Dreamlab, you are able to create your own text. I sometimes you can write it out, sometimes you don't. I like to be different, so I created some you know, I created some word text using the Dreamlab. Also, before I do that, I had my other element, which as you can see, I love using the element, so I'm bringing in a little bit of fire. And I am going to just reposition that about right there. And then I'm going to go up just a tad bit with the fire over up. Okay. And as you can see, it's sticking out just a little bit on the side. So I'm just going to bring that in, and I'm going to go up. And it's sticking out just a tad bit. And I'm going to bring it up again. Okay, over. Okay. So I like the position. I'm duplicating this. Then I'm taking my computer arrow key again. And I'm just taking this over. And I am doing this like that. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my words, right? So like I said, I went inside of the Dreamlab inside of Canva, and I created my text. So what's this say? I am the culture. So I'm just gonna come in over here. No. So now I'm getting ready to add my well, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna just do this as well. So I am getting ready to go to Magic Grab. Now you want to try two options because sometimes you get different results. I'm going to go inside of Magic Grab because I want my Chrome to stay. So I'm going inside of Magic Grab, and I am going to grab all of this, and I'm going to see, because I want everything in here to stay. So I'm going to grab it. And then I am going to, while it's highlighted, I'm going to use my arrow key to bring it down, just like there, and I'm going to delete this. Okay, so I am going to take my text, I'm going up, over, and I'm still going to do some things to that text. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit for you can see, okay? So I'm going up, over. I'm going to have a master class on how to do all of this and with using the AI, okay? All right. So I like it about right there. And I am slightly, you know what, you don't want to do too much because you don't want to mess up your, you need to have print room for your fan. And I'm turning this to the side. So I want to make this pop out a little more. So I'm going to shadows. And I'm hitting drop, and I'm just turning up the volume, see, like to give it a DD to make it pop. So now I like it. I like my text. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm going to bring in my next text that I have up here. What I have, my Melanin is popping. Okay, pressure. Okay. So let me go over here. And I am going to go and grab this one. And like I said, I created all of this in DreamLab. Sometimes I don't want to use the text feature inside of Canva. Sometimes I hate that they took away that other one. It was called Text Maker. That would have made everything so different, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to Magic Studio, and I am going to grab the text. All right. And so sometimes, you know, it's a hit and miss. Sometimes I use remove background, the background remover. Sometimes, let me see. Grab. Is it grabbing? Is it going to grab it? No, I hit the wrong one. Okay. So I am going to go to Magic Grab. I hit grab text. I should have went to Magic Grab. My apologies. And so this is why I love this feature. Look at this. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm like Oprah. I love it. Yes, so I'm just going to grab the whole thing. Or you can hit this. It says foreground. So let me, so it's, okay. So it's a foreground. It would capture just all of that. So I'm going to hit grab instead of just clicking one on at a time. And as you can see, if you want to change the colors of this text, you are able to do that. So I am just going to take my key and I'm just going to go hit this down. And everything in there grab that I wanted to come out. So I'm going to delete this. And I'm just going to slightly take my arrow key and I'm just going over. I'm just going over. And I'm going up. And I'm going up. And then I am going to darken this just a little bit because I want to change that red to a different color red. So the red that's inside of this design is the red that I'm changing with this color here. So if it's not dark enough, I'm just going to take my tool and you see how I changed the color? That's the color I want it to be. So I'm going to leave that alone. And then I am just going to slightly turn this. And I'm just going to slightly go up because I don't want it to catch. And I might bring this down just a little bit. Now I'm going to take that same text and I'm just going to go to my favorite effects. It's called Shadows, Dropper, Glow. That's what I use. And then I'm just going to zoom that up. And that's it. And then I am going to go and add my last element in here, which is I got a fist. Okay. So I am going to go to uploads. And as you can see, my fist is in here. And I'm just going to go up. Okay. Okay. And then I am going to duplicate this same fist. Click off of here, click back on, and I'm just going to take it to the other side of her. All right. And I am going to flip this fist horizontal. Okay. So I'm just going to slide this over just a little bit. All right. Now, it's up to you. If you want to, you know, add some sparkles behind her or your project, if you feel as though you want to add more, you can. And I'm just going to slightly, like I said, slightly come over here. All right. So now that I have this, I am going to take this to my printer and I am going to print it. But then I'm going to show you another thing. So now I'm using my 11 by 17 paper, right? So I'm going to take this inside of Silhouette Studio and I'm going to break it up. I don't do it inside of Canva. I just don't like it that way. So I'm going to show you that process next. Okay, so now I'm inside of Silhouette Studio. I am going to import my image, okay? And I am going to change my artboard. This is another problem I had. I had a problem with this area. When I tried to paste this together portrait size, I don't know why I tried that in the first place. I had a huge problem. My image was not coming out right. I couldn't figure out for the life of me what was happening. So I had to change my paper to landscape, okay? So I'm going to page setup inside of Silhouette Studio. My paper is 11 by 17, but once you hit landscape, it's going to change to 17 by 11 inches, okay? So I got my paper, I'm cool. So what you want to do over here, you want to come to transform panel and you want to change this size to the template that you're using. So your template size to the correct size that you have it at. So this is 27.5 inches. Like I said, I added a couple inches, excuse me. And then I did 14 inches in height instead of 13. And so I hit apply. Okay, so now I'm coming over here to the rectangle side of Silhouette Studio, and I am going to draw me this line. Well, this line is not supposed to have color, but let me take that out. Okay, so it's going to be a red rectangle. You want to change that. You want to hit the arrow back, and you want to change this rectangle to whatever size paper you are using. So you're going to come inside of Silhouette Studio. You're going to hit the transform panel. And I changed this to 11 by, let me unlock that. 11 by 17. Hit apply. And this also changed here. So now what we're going to do, we're going to break this down into tile pieces, okay? So what I am going to do is, I'm getting as close as possible. And let me see if this is behind. Because, okay, so you want to get this, I'm about to zoom this over just a little bit. So I'm just zooming in. Okay, so you're going to see, you can't see, but you want to get this close as possible to your print. So this is 11 by 17, and the red rectangle represents your paper. So I'm going to come over here to the replica panel inside of Silhouette Studio, right? This is what it looks like. Okay, and then we are going to replicate this 3 times. So I am going to click on this. I'm going to go to the replica panel and I am going to replicate this 3 times. Let me get a little bit closer before I do anything because I want this just a little bit closer. And make sure that your red rectangle don't never change size. Okay, so I'm going to go up just a little bit. Okay, so now I am going to hit the replica and I'm going to see how many pieces of paper we need. So far we got 1, 2, 3 pieces of paper. Okay, so you're going to need 3 pieces of paper to piece together using this method, the tile method here. So let me show you just how I do my tile prints inside of Silhouette Studio. I also do it a different way, but that's later on down the future. I do have a couple videos on how to do that, but we're going to do this the correct way on here, okay? So I'm going back to the replica panel, and I want to duplicate this whole entire thing 3 times. So 1, and then I'm going to do it again over here 2 more times. Well, no, 1 more time. Sometime, and make sure before you move these that you see the hand, because that keeps everything in line. So now I have everything And I'm going to show you how easy this is to tile inside of Silhouette Studio to break up the tile if you are doing this method. So once you get your tiles together, you are going to click on the first rectangle. You're going to hit shift, you're going to hit click. You're going to hit shift again, hold anywhere, click anywhere in the design, and you're going to go to the modify panel in Silhouette Studio and hit crop. You got your first piece. So I'm just going to delete this. And so I'm going to zoom down and I'm going to grab my second piece. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in just a little bit and I'm going to show you what the modify panel is. So now we need the second piece. You're going to hold shift, click on your second piece, hold shift again, click anywhere in the design. And then this is the modify panel right here. You're going to hit crop. That second piece going to break. It's just easy like that. Simple as like that. Okay. And so, okay, so now I got to break up my third piece. You see that I make 3 pieces? Yeah. So let me zoom over here. And I'm just going to get my third piece. Not everybody like doing this method, but I've been doing this method and I have no problem with it, okay? So now we're on our third piece. So you're going to go hit shift, click the third piece, hit shift again, click anywhere in the design. The whole thing is going to light up. And then you're going to hit modify, and then you're going to hit crop. And you got your last piece. So make sure you delete all these pieces, and it's like that, okay? So now I am getting ready to print this out, okay? So I am going to print this out, and I'm just going to show you the basic setup for a print, just to print it out. So I'm going to click this out. I'm going to bring all of these pieces of paper close over to my print section. And I'm going to move this over here. So to make sure everything is even, right? You want to click on, like I'm doing, like, because I'm about to show you. Let me get it close. Zoom out just a little bit. And zoom in just a little bit. And I'm going to bring this over just a tad bit. Okay. So I'm going to hit on the first piece. And then I'm going to hit this up here. It automatically puts it in the center. Now you don't panic. You see this like that, you just turn it. That's it. That's all you're doing. Turn it to go inside of the paper. Okay? And then just hit center. Okay, so it's still centered. That's how you will print. So I'm getting ready to print these pieces out. And then make sure you always flip horizontal when you are doing your sublimation print. Now I have an Epson 16650 Epson printer, and that's what I'm using. So I am going to print all of these out, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to piece it together. Okay, I'm back. So I am getting ready to assemble my pieces, and I am going to assemble my fan pieces together to show you how vibrant the prints come out. I use Epson 16650 and I use Cosmo Ink. So these are my prints. I'm getting ready to piece my paper together and we are going to go from there. So I am going to start with this middle piece. So this is the middle piece. You want to make sure that you cut much of the white off as possible. Now I still see a little bit of white. I'm just being very careful on how I cut this. Very, very careful. Just see some white that's still on here that I'm just taking off. Okay. So I saw some white there. You can see a little bit here. Just take it off just a little bit, okay? So you want to piece your pieces together. Make sure, like here too, like I said, I see a little bit of white here too. Okay, you want to take as much as possible, but don't cut your image. Okay, boom. So that's cool. So now, you see, I'm putting it together. See, I see a little piece here too. Okay, I think I get all of the white edges off as possible, okay? So now I am just taking this piece, like I said, doing a little bit overlappage. Then I'm taking this piece and I'm going to do the same thing. This and I'm piecing it on the side here. I'm just okay, so I'm gonna start with my middle piece here. Okay. All right, so I use my strip. You can do this whatever which way you want. Oh my goodness, little gook. I'm just gonna spray the side of my paper. So I'm just gonna spray one side of my paper. Just a little bit, because I still got to use this later on. So I use this spray here. This is just how I do it. Just a tad bit. You don't need much. And you just, like I said, I'm lining this up. Okay, and I'm just taking my knuckle. And that's it. On there. And then I'm just going to take, like I said, I go like that. Then I'm going to take my blue painter's tape. And I am simply, very gently going down the middle. Okay? I'm just going to cut whatever little blue I see here. Okay, so this is fine. Then I am going to do the same thing for here. Come here. Okay. So all I'm going to do is just take here. To go like right. Okay, so what I'm about to do now, I'm just about to go across. Now, just a little bit. Okay, so now I got my prints. As you can see. Okay, so now I'm about to take my fan. I'm about to spread it across just to see. Oh, it's gonna get covered. Oh yes, it's gonna get covered. So I can already tell now from the looks of this that my template now is going to cover the entire design. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to take the fan apart and we are going to go from there. Okay, so now I'm about to take the fan apart. Now I see. Okay, so this part, this is what I'm still worried about. Make sure that this entire fan gets covered, okay? So I'm looking at the fan. So let me see something. Okay. All right, so I'm about to take this apart and then we're gonna go from there. Okay, so now I took my fan apart, right? And so I am going to stick this to the side. And as you can see, let me see. I got my fan already laid out with the adhesive side stayed up. And I'm using this paper that I have already when I do my crafting party favors. So I'm going to use this double-sided tape and I'm going to put it all back down. Okay, this part takes a little bit of time, so I am going to speed this up just a little bit. All I'm doing here is laying my double-sided tape down back on the Clack Fan frame, and I am just using the adhesive that came with the frame as a guide. Make sure when you're doing this process that you are taking your time. Also make sure that the frame pieces does not stick together like the fingers, I call them, of the frame. That's what I'm doing here. Basically taking my time, putting back on the double-sided tape, and just also making sure, like I said, that the fingers of the frame does not touch each other, that they are spreaded open evenly. And if you have to go back and reposition some of your double-sided tape, if your double-sided tape comes off and allows you to reapply it, then so be it. So that's what's going on here. I'm down to the last couple 3 of the frames, and I'm just putting on double-sided adhesive tape, and it is 3M adhesive tape, and I got the tape off of Amazon. So now what I'm getting ready to do, I had to turn the frame over because there's one of the fingers that has to get double-sided tape on the opposite side. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just repositioning. I'm just basically getting ready to prepare for the pressing. Okay, so I'm in my room, crafting room, whatever you want to call it, and I'm trying to get this to lay flat, okay? So I am going to do the best I can with my heat tape. So I'm going to put some heat tape on both of these sides here. I'm stretching it out, but that's the best way I know how to do this, because my other fan had a little wrinkle. So I am just going to stretch this out here, take this to the end like this, and put some double-sided tape on. I mean some heat tape. And then I'm gonna come on this end over here, and I'm gonna try to stretch it out. Like I said, I'm gonna put a piece at the top up here. Now be careful that you don't burn yourself. So I am just coming up here, just stretching it. Like I said, don't burn yourself. I'm just trying to get this flat. That's all I'm trying to do. All right. Trying to get this flat as possible. So, I got a piece there, a piece here, and then I'm going to stretch this down here. Just at this end right here. And I'm going to go from there. Again, this is just another, this is my second try at this. So my goal is to try to get as flat as possible. I'm finding points that seems to look like it might work, might stretch it out. And so I'm going to go that way, okay? And I'm just taking my paper. Like I said, I'm stretching this out far as I can. I'm trying to knock these wrinkles out. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get the wrinkles to come out the fan. So, okay, let me start. Okay, so I am going to lay down, let me see. Some people have different methods. I'm going to take a piece of butcher paper. Just a piece of butcher paper, just to put across. And I'm going to gently, I'm going to do one side at a time. Because they sound like, hold on, because you don't want to burn this. But I'm going to get a longer piece. A couple seconds. I'm lifting up. So now it's, oh shoot. I'm getting it flat, honey. I'm getting it flat. It's got a little bit of double-sided tape. I mean, it already has that sticky stuff on it, so I'm just trying to be careful. But I do see a difference. I do see a little bit of a difference from the other day. So I got that side a little bit flat. You come over here, and I'm going to do this same side the same way. Stretch it out just a little bit. I do got one of those Teflon. Let me see if I can find my Teflon sheets. Do I got a couple? I'll put some clothes. I don't see my Teflon sheets. So yeah, I would recommend finding I think I would use some type of Teflon sheet or something for this won't stick. Because it's flat. That one side is flat. Okay, so I'm just going to try it over here. I'm going to get a better piece of butcher paper. Okay. Use this. And then just do it for a couple seconds. Like I said, just a couple seconds. Ooh, it got flat, y'all. It's better than yesterday's. Better than yesterday's. So let me slide this butcher paper back on the cross. I'm gonna take this off. I'm just gonna flip this on this side. That's all I'm doing. Okay. So I got this nice and flat now. And I'm just, I burnt myself just a smidget. And I'm just gonna do a full run. Let me get my scissors and cut my paper right. All right. So I'm here for a few seconds. This paper can move, so I'm gonna just do and do it again over here. That's it. That's all I did. 5 seconds. That's all I did. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. That's all I did. So I just using the same paper. So I did 5 seconds, okay? 5 seconds, 5 seconds, and that's it. So this is nice and straight now. We are going to go back to the area, and I'm going to put this on the design. But my mistake yesterday was I used heat tape and I shouldn't have. So we're going to go to the other area and we are going to put this together. Okay, now we are getting ready to press our fan. So what I am doing, I am laying my image down on my paper. And I'm going to have to do 2 presses because this is large. And I can go from side to side. So I'm laying my paper down. I got my butcher paper. And I'm going to do my first press on this side for, I think 50 seconds. So you don't want to have heavy pressure. That's kind of like light to medium pressure. So 385 for 40, maybe 45 to 50 seconds. And this is, I want to say, I have pressed this kind of material before, so you don't need a lot of seconds for this material. You don't need the full pressing cycle. So I'll just follow the instructions that came with this. Okay, so that's one side. And when you're doing sublimation, you can be able to tell, you know, about your image. So I'm just coming on here. I'm doing this next side. I can see where it pressed, where it didn't press. And we is getting ready to do the second press. So I'm just making sure everything is covered. So like I said, I'm going to go back and I'm going to readjust something on my templates that I have. But when you do sublimation, you is never supposed to have the template at the exact same size as your product. Like I ran into the situation the other day when I did this Clack Fan. I didn't have enough bleed room. So I just made this 28 inches wide and 15 inches down. Now, you don't have to go that extreme, but I just did that to cover myself. So I am actually about to pull this over, and I think the whole fan got sublimated. Let's see. I can see my design through the heat press. Everything got sublimated, so I'm kind of excited because I want to see how this turned out. So now we taking it off now. Now we about to do the big reveal. And like I said, I sprayed it. Oh my God, this came out so cute. Oh my God, y'all. Look. Oh, wait till I show y'all. Wait till I show you. Wait till I show you. So this is the ink release. This is from CraftingBesties paper. I still use that paper. And oh, my whole image got pressed. I am so happy. And look. Look, y'all. I'm so excited. I did not use no tape this time. And so this is my fan. Look. Everything got covered this time. Oh, I'm so excited. So now we are going to go back in here for I can put this together. And I am going to do a method. Let me see. Okay, I can still see the pressing, the tape. So let me make sure I turn this off. Oh, yes, honey. I'm in business now. So I'm going to just keep my template that size. And I am going to take us to the next room. Hi, so this part here, I am trying something different.
I've taken all the fingers of the Clack Fan, and I am just basically doing one at a time. This way helped me out a lot because the back of the nylon, because my image has dark sublimation ink, it was hard for me to see the tape line. So I just decided to go and put one at a time. That way it didn't help. That way it helped me from making sure that the fingers of the frame wasn't sticking together as well. So that's what I'm doing in this part. It helps me out a lot if I just do one at a time. So I'm just cleaning up my areas. I'm looking at the marks on the nylon of the Clack Fan, and I'm matching it with the frame, double-sided tape. So that's what I'm doing here, just repositioning and putting on the Clack Fan one frame finger at a time. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm just taking my time, making sure things is nice and tight. And I am just repositioning, and that's what I'm doing in this section of the Clack Fan tutorial.
This is how it turned out. Like I said, everything is covered. Look how pretty this is. Okay, this is so gorgeous. Look at the colors. So we're gonna see if it clack. Okay. Oh, it's clacking. So look, if you have any questions, like I said, you can get the template off of my off of here. Go to my bio section and go to my bio section and you will see PayHip. Just click on my picture. You will see PayHip. You'll see Etsy. I'm going to make a note of which size that I actually size this to get the whole thing to cover. Okay. So you guys have a nice evening. Thank you for watching my tutorial. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.